Black card revoked. I don't give a damn about no black card. What the hell does that mean? You can't take anything away from me that my God gave me. I don't want to be one of y'all. If being one of y'all means that I go along with whatever the government tells me, the same government that I blame for my poor circumstances, if being black means that I depend on the same government that I blame for poor circumstances, I don't want to be black. If being black means that I can't critically think for myself, I cannot have any independent thoughts, and I have to follow along with weirdos who like having their body parts played with in secret, I don't want to be black. If being black means that I invest all of my resources into my ass and fake hair, I don't want to be black. If being black means that I'm not allowed to live in decent areas and have a beautiful home, I don't want to be black. If being black means that I can't have a nuclear family, I can't have a husband and some kids, I don't want to be black. If being black means that my children can't grow up playing outside, being literate, and having number sense, I don't want to be black. If being black means
Jeez.
that I have to give up my freedom of speech and my freedom of thought, I don't want to be black. If being black means that I have to be a fool who cares more about being sexually promiscuous and spending money on stupid shit than establishing a village and an empire, I don't want to be black. I don't give a damn about none of that. There's nothing that I've accrued over these last 36 years that y'all can take from me. I don't give a damn. I don't want to belong to y'all crusty, ashy, dusty communities. No way. Okay? I don't care about none of that. Take the card. You can't have my American Express. You can't have my Chase Freedom. You
Talk
can't
to
have
him.
my Southwest card.
Talk to
You can't
him.
have none of those cards. You can't have my Fifth Third Bank card. You can't have my business accounts. You can't have none of the cards that matter to me. You can't have my Social Security card. You can't have my ID card. You can't have my passport. You can take the little funky black.
She cooked, didn't she? I mean, she addressed multiple different issues on multiple different fronts. And I got a video coming out tomorrow morning that I was kind of getting my thoughts off because a lot of times it all comes jumbled. And so I got to get it all out at the same time, or else I'll forget it, or I got to write it down and come back to it. But often at times I prefer not to write it down and come back to it because I just want to capture the moment of how I felt it instead of trying to recapture the moment. You know what I'm saying? So I got a video coming out tomorrow that basically addresses how you too poor to be Democrat. As crazy as that sound, because I was raised to believe that Democrats was for the poor and Republicans is for the rich. And I was wrong. Democrats are for handouts that keep you tied to the Democratic Party, and Republicans are for opportunity. That's really what it is. And so when I look at all of these weirdos that's walking around, I just recently looked at the video where Glorilla was dancing. And who knows how much she got paid, but dancing and rapping for the Kamala Harris campaign. I seen Cardi B, who, by the way, admitted to setting guys up in order to get them robbed so that she can survive for herself prior to her becoming successful and great. And then also recently allegedly got into a relationship to where while she was in her late term pregnancy, was busting it down for a real one while at the same time allegedly sleeping with somebody else against her marriage vows. What makes you think that I want to align myself with a party that celebrates degeneracy? Now, I'm not saying that everybody at some point in their life, not right now, but at everybody at some point in their life, you know what I'm saying? Maybe got some red flags or some things that they may not be proud of or they evolve in the past, and I'm cool with that. Listen, God gives grace. We supposed to give forgiveness, forgive as we want to be forgiven and all of that. But at the same time, I don't embrace and celebrate and promote degenerate behavior. I believe in strong families. I believe that we need to be responsible for what it is that we do, which then allows for us to take accountability, not eliminate and use unwanted pregnancies as a form of contraception. I believe that we should keep more of our money I mean, on a fundamental level, we all should believe that if you work for it and you built it and you created it, then it should be up to you for what you do with it. And I don't believe in being overtaxed in order to justify somebody else giving handouts to somebody else who don't even care about what it is that you do. Like, on a fundamental level, we're wrong as a culture. And I've been saying it for a long time that this culture is absolutely trash. You know it. I've been the culture is trash guy for years. And when people came at me and they said, "No, Anton, you wrong. No, Anton, I don't agree with it." Now, I said the unpopular thing out loud. It was true, but it was unpopular and it made a lot of people uncomfortable. And then they came back. See, a lot of y'all just now discovering me now. But if you go back, I've been on YouTube and I've been a content creator I'm one of the OGs. And I've been saying for a long time and calling out the BS. And when the migrant crisis first started popping off, I was right there at the forefront of it. Way when they first got in office, I was one of the first people to report that there had been a discrepancy in the White House between the relationship between Kamala Harris and Joe Biden, which ultimately, and this was way back in 2021 when she first got in office, which ultimately led to him getting kicked out while they was lying about the fact that he was competent enough to do a second term when he wasn't competent enough to do the first term. And so when I see these people continue to support a platform that is obviously benefiting them in some way, who knows what? I have a theory. Shout out to Diddy in prison. But when I look at these people that continue to come out in force and steal money and steal bags, man, I don't follow Beyonce. I don't care about what she think. I don't follow Cardi B. I don't care about what she think. Now, I could acknowledge that it's a song or two that they are very talented at singing, but when it comes to their character and whether or not I should follow them in their voting patterns, why would I? I'm my own person. I got my own mind. I'm my own man, and I think based off of traditional values. I'm not aligning myself based off of identity. I'm aligning myself based off of my beliefs, based off of my pocketbook, based off of what's best for America, based off of where I was born, based off of what's best for my daughter. These people don't care about my child. They don't have no best interest. So I have to make an assessment. Okay, wait a minute. Is this person making sense or that person making sense? It's funny. Even if you want to just go based off of identity, y'all don't pick which CEO, which company you're gonna work for based off of what CEO is there. You work there based off of what's best for your pocketbook. I don't know nobody that sit there and say, let me see. Am I gonna work for this company because I don't really care about the CEO? They don't, and I don't either. I mean, if the culture of the company itself is just absolutely demonic, then I wouldn't even consider it in the first place. But my point is that I know a lot of people that's trying to work for Apple and they don't care about the sexual orientation of Tim Cook, and neither do I because he doesn't necessarily promote it. It's not. I don't buy my cell phones based off of whether or not I like Tim Cook or not. I don't. I buy it based off of whether or not it works best for me. And guess what? My iPad is connected to my AirPods, and my AirPods is connected over to the MacBook, and the MacBook is connected to the Mac Studio back there. And so when I upload things into the cloud, and I also implement different other companies such as OneDrive, because I like iCloud and I like OneDrive, and I use different things for different purposes. And then I also implement Azure, right? And then also on top of that, I use Amazon Web Services for some of the things that we develop in the applications because I use different things for different purposes. And I pick and choose which one makes the most sense for me, my lifestyle, and that helps me get the job done most effectively, that then brings in the profits so I can do what I want to do when I want to do it. I don't align based off a brand, based off a person, based off of identity, based off of none of that. So the fact that we keep aligning ourselves with this democratic culture that is not best for us just so we can continue to be on the democratic plantation that is not best of us. Yeah, the same one that incentivizes you to break up your family and then tie the woman back to the federal government so that she can have her kids be a part of the prison industrial complex. All of those things are very much true. And all of those things, if you do enough of a deep dive and you do a little bit more research, you'll realize that it is all bad for the culture. But no, we continue to put our head down in the sand and then we go ahead and give our children up to the devil. And then we ask ourselves why and keep blaming it on the white man and the system that we keep voting for in place to keep you oppressed because it's your fault. Y'all let me know what y'all think inside of the comments. Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Maybe I can break you out of it by giving you some financial sound advice and aligning you with a group of people that's going in the direction that you should be going in order to run it up. Bag Chasers link to the Patreon is in the description. Also, Teach Hanley, 40% off your first order, 20% off for life. And then last but not least, come and kick it with me in Detroit, December 14th. And then we're going to have a conversation in person. Discount code Anton. I'm bringing all of my friends with me. It's going to be a hoot of a time. I love you. I appreciate you. Let me know what y'all think inside of the comments. This woman is cooking. And I'm always going to try to find a profile in order to put them back in the description and give them credit for what they do. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Walk away.